much bigger screen. Listen, I'm so grumpy because I'm sick, okay? I'm not trying to be a capitalist shill, but we might for 6 months because the anti-cap takes are so annoying. Do people unironically watch commercials like this on purpose? My brother in Christ, young millennials, Gen Zers, and Gen Alpha, you guys are literally the most materialistic, like filter all your pictures, like are incapable of existing in nature generations that have ever walked the face of the earth. The materialistic and the consumeristic is all working because you slop it up like crazy. If you don't like it, go outside and climb on a tree or do something different, okay? You guys literally slop up like this like crazy, and then you come online with your $1,700 iPhones on your, you know, premium app. You're like, do people actually buy this thing? DoorDash $70 meal, go out with my friends and, you know, pay $200 for whatever, get $100 in drinks, $200 meal, blah, blah, blah. Like, Jesus Christ. If you don't like it, then don't buy it. My God. Chill. Holy
So I'm trying to stop using the inflation excuse. You're the reason inflation keeps getting worse. Stop buying shit you don't need. Just don't buy it.
Just don't buy
Companies can't sell things if people don't buy them. They can raise the price all they want. If no one's buying it, they would lower the price. Stop. As a Nintendo fan, if there are any Nintendo fans watching me, stop with the argument that it's not a console exclusive if it's on PC. You are the worst console to make this argument. By that logic, literally every game in Nintendo's catalog, from NES to Switch 1, is on PC through emulation. You are the only manufacturer in the world who has current-gen consoles emulated within that generation. Stop it. I can play everything you guys have on PC better than I can play it on the home console for free. That is the worst argument you morons can make. You don't work for Nintendo. This is literally free labor for them. Literally free labor.
Why?
People make accounts that exist clearly to dick ride a corporation. That corporation gets to laugh all the way to the bank because they don't have to pay a PR person now. You took some poor intern's job so you can make $6 on Twitter. You piece of shit. I told them to go through the house and get all the fucking dishes today so we can find where all our missing dishes went. I'm sure they've been squirreling them away in their room when they know they ain't supposed to be eating in there, and sneaking food into their room and then hiding the plates. Like, I know what you little bitches are doing. Bring my goddamn plates back down to my kitchen. Just fucking squirreling away plates here. Alright, sorry. I was arguing with people on Twitter, mostly about video games, but I did get into an argument with one dude.
About?
Your people.
What about my people?
Oh, God. Let's see if I can find it. It was earlier today.
Hey, I'm probably not the best one to
It was, yeah.
have this conversation with, but
It was people on Twitter
Whatever.
doing what people on Twitter do. So I was kind of joking because I knew what I was about to get into, and I kind of knew how this was gonna go. It started with just me leaving a simple comment because
racism.
somebody points out here. So they show this map and it's supposed to be this big own, and I'm like, okay, tell me you don't understand how America works. But it's let's see if I can pull it up for the people on stream here real quick. Okay, so let's make that smaller. There we go. We'll do that. So they pull up this map of the United States with this dead center compass on it,
Yeah.
and ask, why is this place called the Midwest? If it's dead center of the United States, why is it called the Midwest?
Because the United States is a big ass place compared to most other countries.
No. So the reason this is called the Midwest,
I assume.
no, because the reason that things are described the way they are in the United States, technically he's right. That is dead center of the country. If we were
Yeah.
naming it now, that's
Yeah.
not what we would name
But
it.
that's not what it
But
looked
it-
like when it was called that.
But it got the name because this is America.
Yeah, true.
That's the 13 colonies.
Yeah.
Everything to the west of this is considered the West. So
Yeah.
this is the Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
That's far west. That's
Actually,
just west.
wasn't California like part of Mexico?
Yeah, but eventually, like, you had to come up with a name of it for it. But that's
Yeah.
why, because this was considered west. West of where we started.
Mm-hmm.
Not west of what we are now. It's west of where we started. That's where the names come from. That's why this is the South, even though this is the southernmost part.
It's the South.
Yeah, but this is the South. Not this. This. Because this is where we started. So it was all named by the 13 colonies in that era, and then as we expanded, they had to come up with new names for it. If you wanted a more modern name, this is often referred to as like the Heartland, which it's okay, fine. Yeah, but that's why we name things the way we do. But some guy all right, which ended up having to block him because he was just getting overly aggressive, of course, and disingenuous, and it was just getting annoying to deal with.
It's super racist.
Yep, like that's where it all started, because he was like, if you're reading this and you
I was
haven't,
gonna say that's where it started.
yeah, so he's like, if you're reading this and you haven't been to where the crosshairs are, I highly suggest going on a road trip. Heartland America, that's what you want to call it by today's standards. Homogeneous, ultra peaceful, and simple life. It will restore faith. And I added and super racist. You forgot to mention that part. It is also super racist. There are not a lot of black people there, and when they see them, they are not kind to them.
You remember back
That's
in
just true.
the 80s and 90s, Chevy used to have that commercial. I don't know
The
if they still
Heartland
do.
of
And the
America, yeah.
Heartland of America.
Ain't no black people in that
and
commercial.
every black person I know was like, yeah, we ain't going there.
They're called flyover states for a reason.
For a reason.
Black people and decent people fly the fuck over them because there is nothing but old school racism there. Okay? Those people are racist. The Daily Show's done pieces on it like it's a well-known fucking thing, and I was like, yeah, you forgot to mention that part. It's convenient,
like,
you guys always
the black
forget
people
to
that
mention
live there,
part.
I'm like, wow.
But this motherfucker took it and ran with it.
Of course.
If Ohio ain't East Coast, then what the fuck is it? I don't. But he responds back with, yeah, it's amazing. It's also why it's safe and trust-based. So he just immediately justifies the racism with, it's safe and trust-based because we don't trust other races. Wow. Good logic, buddy.
Good logic.
That's where it should have ended.
Yeah.
Nice little
yeah.
meme there. But apparently I triggered him because now he's coming back. You
Talking
shouldn't,
about his home.
you shouldn't trust other races. This is old news. Sorry, some people choose to live in reality. We can actually break this down if you want, but I'll be talking about actual facts and statistics, and you'll be talking about feelings. I was like, oh, we're going to have one of those conversations. I had fun with it. Oh, please do. I won't talk
This
feelings.
is another one of those. Let me teach you how to talk to black
Oh,
women
please
conversations.
do. Please, because I'm a white man who hasn't learned. Please teach me. I won't
me
talk
the
about
way.
my feelings. I'll just talk about my lived experience. But please show me scientific data that disproves the life I've lived. Please, by all means, this should be fun. So it's very clear I'm lighthearted about this.
Are you bored?
So yeah, I was a little bored. I was editing videos, I got a little bored. Plus, the more I post on Twitter, the more people see my account. The more people see my account,
Yeah,
which
I
clearly
know.
labels me as a YouTuber, the more people might click on my profile and see some videos. So
Yeah.
I'll engage with whatever at this point. Cool. Blacks commit 60% of the violent crime in this country, despite being only 13% of the population, per the FBI. 1 in 22 adult black males is a murderer, per the FBI. I've never heard these stats. Without Mexicans and blacks, this country would have less shootings per capita than Switzerland.
We should be dead. You know that?
I should be.
We live around Mexicans,
I live
Indians,
in a black
the
neighborhood.
blacks,
Okay.
Asians. We live around all the races. We should be dead right now.
Dead internet theory? No, this is a real person. There's no check mark. There's no reason for him to engage. There's literally no profit to be made from this being a bot. You ever want to know if it's a real person? If you ever want to know if it's a bot, your first red flag should be that it's got a blue check mark, because that's why blue check marks post the way they do. So you pay Elon Musk, the way the system works, which is what he's done to make people use his platform more. So the way the
Yeah.
system works is you pay Elon Musk $11 a month to get a blue check mark. However,
It's per month.
yes, it's per month.
Damn.
That is a fucking subscription fee. However, which is why I don't have one, blue check marks are eligible for monetization. You basically just buy your way to monetization on the platform. The more engagement you get on your post, meaning the more you use it and the more people engage with it, you get a kickback from that. Now, most people only see like a couple dollars. I don't understand how any of these people are doing this for longer than a month and going, wait, I'm not making enough money to cover the cost of the subscription.
It's the return.
Because big streamers have talked about it, how they don't take Twitter seriously as a money-making platform because they get literally millions of engagements on their post, and they're like, I got $300 last month. Okay, so it takes millions to get 300. You guys are walking away with 39, 40 fucking engagements, and you think you're making money? Yeah. So that's what the bots do. The bots just spam out posts. I hope to draw in those numbers because they're only going to get maybe a couple hundred per post. But if I do 80, 90, 100 posts a day, maybe I can do, quantity over quality here. And that's what the bots do. And bots can post all day at the push of a button, and you can just set them to post. So that's what the bot accounts do.
I don't know where he's pulling these statistics from either.
Yeah,
because as much crime shit as I watch, I've never heard that shit.
I ain't never seen a white dude go up to a black person and go 60%. So there's some truth to these, but I wanted the actual numbers because I think he's exaggerating or misremembering the numbers. I don't think they're quite that high, and I was right, they weren't. There is some truth to it, but the way that, but the important part, this is the game that they like to play. The way the data is represented focuses on race, when race actually has nothing to do with it. It looks that way if you look at the national data as a whole, which is why he keeps throwing out that per capita thing. Because that basically like averages all of the crime in the country across all of the people in the country and says per capita, so per person. But that's not the way crime statistics work. Crime statistics don't work on per capita. They're regional. So they conveniently leave that part out. So yes, blacks do commit the majority of the violent crime in some areas of the country.
Stop calling us the blacks.
The blacks do commit some of the do commit a majority of the crime in certain areas. But what are those areas? That's the question that they want to avoid, that they don't want to answer, because those areas are low income, Section 8 housing type areas. They're places where poor people live, and the majority of poor people are black. Yeah. So they're committing more crimes in those neighborhoods because there's more of them. There's less white people there. So when you're comparing, and then you're using that to justify, well, there's no black people in my neighborhood is safe, and there's all black people in that neighborhood, and that neighborhood is safe. But it's not a one-for-one comparison. If you look at other black neighborhoods in the same income bracket as you, other suburban black neighborhoods that exist in places like Georgia, those statistics change dramatically. In fact, they're on par with you. I know it's crazy to think that people will act like people when given the same opportunities as other people, regardless of their skin color. But that's the truth. When basic necessities are met and when giving the same opportunities as other races, they tend to perform the same. But they purposefully take the nationwide statistic. This is a white nationalist talking point. They will take the national white. This is a Nick Fuentes point. They'll take the statistics for the entire race and use it to like demonize an entire group when the majority of those statistics come from a few areas in the country. Come from a few bad neighborhoods in the country. The problem isn't race. The problem is poverty, wealth inequality.
Yep.
That's the problem. This has been pointed out
they don't want to
many times.
Nobody wants to address that shit.
So I'm asking him for a source. He doesn't give one. That's a whole lot of context for me to just go off your word here, man. So then he gives me a screenshot. I'm like, links. I asked for links. I want an official source. I don't want something you can manipulate or clip out of context. You made a claim. Now back it up with a real source. I'll wait. This is usually where I expect it to end because they don't actually go and look it up.
Yeah.
But he actually comes back with a table from the FBI's website, which A, doesn't even show what he said it showed to begin with.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the total, which would be the per capita number he's claiming, white people commit 69% of the crimes.
Why do we call it
in
the
fact,
crazy white
if
woman
you go
show
to
that
the
I watch?
black people, they only lead in one category, which is manslaughter and murder, which is why he called them all murders. Literally every other category, they're less, including violent crime as a whole. Significantly so. So even if you're looking at national statistics, you still lose. So already he's clipped it out of context, and I call it out. And I was like, and even if we break down the one stat they are winning in, the majority of those murders are black on black crime, so your white ass is still safe. So your white ass
I always like to point out, why are all serial killers white usually?
Yeah. But I was like, even if we look at the
Not saying all,
even if we look at the murder rate among black people that you're so worried about, the majority of those murders are black on black crime, so your white ass is still safe. I'm not sure what you're worried about here.
I don't know what yours on about.
Like, even your own statistics don't back up the stuff you're saying. And then I blocked him out after I called him clipping out of context, to which he makes a second account so he can continue posting. And some other and this is why I don't get into these arguments, because these people come in to defend each other. You're never going to be able to understand per capita. I'm like, I don't think you understand per capita. I pointed out to him that the national scale is flawed when compared to the scale of particular reasons, like low-income housing. I point all that stuff out, and he just responds with cope. Sure, bud. I'm like, okay, so you guys have no actual arguments. Like, obviously, this is you guys have a conclusion, which is racism, and now you're going to work backwards to justify it, cherry picking the points of data that prove your point. This is the little game they play every fucking time. I usually don't get involved, and this is why I don't get involved in. This is why I don't do political stuff on my channel, and why I don't typically get involved with white national racist shit like this, is because the arguments always go the same, and they always end the same. Even if you win, they still treat you like you lost. Nothing changes. People don't change their mind. You either get a bunch of white nationalists, or a bunch of people from a particular group, whether it's politics or you're debating race or whatever. You get people from that group to come into your chat and chant their mantras and just try to bully you and call you and try to dismiss what you're saying. Basically, one side has made up their mind what they are, and they're not going to change, and the people who are paying attention to that side are the same way, and the other side does the same thing. There's no actual conversation to be had there fucking ever. This is like, you will have these conversations in a circle until the end of time. That's why all these political channels are the same. They always talk about the same shit, and we're going to do it over and over again. Even doing it for profit, I couldn't bring myself to do it, because I would just exhaust myself. It's just, I just, even you would be able to see it in my face, like you can with Jordan Peterson, that he is tired. He's tired of having these same conversations. They're making him money, but even he doesn't want to do it anymore. So I typically avoid them.
It does kind of seem like he's phoning it in sometimes.
He's been phoning it in for a while. Most of them have been phoning it in for a while. That passion is gone, because they start passionate and they think they're going to make change, and they're all passionate. We got to change the system, change. And then you realize that you're not going to do that. And then you realize the only reason to keep going is the more I talk about it, the more the SEALs show up in my chat to go, yeah, and everyone shows up and claps, and all your haters will hate watch, and then you'll get your money. Rinse and repeat the next time, Donald Trump says something stupid, or next time something happens. We'll have these same conversations again. The SEALs will clap, the haters will hate, you'll make your money. Rinse and repeat. You're living fucking Groundhog Day in the political sphere. It is the most toxic place on the internet, and the most unproductive. Anyone who wants to make real change isn't in the political space, isn't doing it online. These people are out at picket lines. These people are out at government town hall meetings. These people are out there trying to talk to the people who can make change. That people isn't some streamer in a chair. That people is a congressman in a much nicer chair. Those are where you should be. Those are the people you should be talking to. But none of these people actually care about change.
No.
None of these people actually care about being right or wrong.
They just want to make money.
Yeah, they just care about, the people online like this guy aren't making any money.
No.
They just care about justifying their racism, because I need people to think I'm right about being racist, so that I don't get demonized for being openly racist. Yeah. They need to justify it so that people look at him and understand why this racist guy is racist and go, we know he's not wrong. Yeah, that's the same recruitment method the KKK used to use. Yeah, like that's just it. He's trying to make more racist people and trying to demonize another race. It's hate for him, but for the influencers, it's money. Yeah, that's all the stuff from table 43. I think we're in agreement about the article. Yes, which Latinos are classified. Yes, and it also has an asterisk there to tell you that there are a number of groups that just get classified as white because they don't give them their own classification on that chart. That includes certain sects of Latinos, Asians. It puts them in parentheses, including mixed race children like ours. They would also be white, even though society would call them black. That's why Obama gets to be the first black president, but my kids get to be a white statistic. So there you go. Yeah, Middle Eastern, Latinos, Asian, etc. Yeah, like there's a lot of extra people thrown in with the whites that help boost their numbers that they don't give credit to. Yeah, like there's so much like disingenuous representation of these numbers. And then you point them out to them and they don't even engage with the conversation anymore.
No.
They just cope. Sure, bud. Like, okay, so it's funny, the people
Just
who
be
just
racist.
the people who just yelled at me about living in reality are openly dismissing reality when it's presented to him. Sure, bud. Yeah, he's happy living in his little bubble.
Yeah, the same people that'll try to use science to prove their point, but then try to say
The minute
science is-
science-
Yeah.
Science disproves their point, yeah. All right, we'll check in on this just a little bit here. Denims, although this isn't what I was going to focus on tonight, taking a break from them, but they're in my timeline again. Tactone and Denims are going at it on the timeline after she leaked DMs from January of him asking to play a game and hash out the beef. Why are you displaying that like it's a bad thing? Like, isn't that what you should happen? That sounds like the adult thing to do. Let's work it out. Let's not just endlessly like fucking take jabs at each other. So it sounds like he didn't want to get into this drama shit and y'all just drug him into it. Denims leaked that I'm a reasonable, forgiving person before she started calling me a rapist. Rapist is what he's going to say. Going to make a special exception and share these DMs with the public. Do with this info what you will. Yeah, they constantly call the internet to action, just like she did with the CPS call, and then want to be surprised when that action is taken.
Yeah, what kind of
This
shit
is
that?
literally the
No
thing
one
that
says that.
this is why when her chat is screaming call CPS and she says nothing, they took it as a call to action because she posts tweets like this constantly where she's openly doing a call to action and her audience is getting the message.
Yeah.
Do with that information what you will. What are you
talking about?
what do you think they will do with it, Denims? What do you mean by that? I feel like the black guy mean. What do you mean by that? And he even says it. Yo, all right, so let's see how bad these DMs are. Yo, you want to play some Marvel Rivals? I know we've had poor interactions in the past, and we've both said pretty awful shit, but I kind of don't want to hold grudges on people. All good if not. Sounds pretty fucking reasonable to me. Linum's leaked that I'm a reasonable person for calling me a rapist. They keep censoring the word. Am I cooked? So we gonna play or what? He makes the offer again. So she's calling you out for trying to squash any beef. So she's so fucking weird, man. Round 2. I'll play Marvel Rivals. All good if not. Oh, and then later, so years later, would you prefer Mario Kart? Makes the offer again. There's no way to spin this that doesn't make it look worse for him. Jesus. Whose DM leak was worse, mine or hers? Oh, and then he posted a picture of hers. It really, really sucks that we didn't fuck. Oh, this is her talking to Destiny. Oh, I remember these leaks. Oh, this is funny. Because all she does is make fun of him and his weird body now. Because the beach pic leaked where he's somehow skinny and fat at the same time.
At the same time, he's got one of those bodies.
Yeah, it's one of those bodies where there's no tone to it. He's a small guy, but he's still got like the flabby, overweight elements to his body. Yeah, it's a weird look. All right, it is a weird look. Destiny with a shirt off at the beach was not appetizing, and here she is. It really sucks that we didn't fuck. You've still got part of the day left. You can do it, bud. Wait, are you actually serious? I don't know. Are you guys not on good terms now? Not on good terms with who? Atlas. So the guy that she literally ended up sleeping with instead of him. So he's like, "Are you sure that it's okay with him?" What? I wanted to fuck Atlas and you. Of course, he's biased. He wants to do you and your boyfriend.
I mean,
I don't understand how people are taking her side. And of course, over on the right, at Grok, is this real? There's one of those in every fucking thread. Does this chick have an OnlyFans? Because she seems like she has an OnlyFans. Asking for a friend. Well, tell your friend that her OnlyFans link is in her bio. You didn't have to ask me. She does not hide it. It's, of course she does.
Lincoln bio.
Hell yeah. Don't get too excited. From what I understand, it's just her posting her Instagram photos on OnlyFans to trick Simps into paying her. There is no nudity.
What?
Yep. See, the only thing I give her props for is taking advantage of OnlyFans in a satirical way for money. In the same way that Donut Operator started an OnlyFans as a dude, where he promised he would show his sausage and beat his meat. And everybody got excited. He's a big right-wing kind of creator. Well, everybody got excited and ready to make fun of him. And then he put out a video on his OnlyFans. 2 videos. One where he's standing in the kitchen in an apron with what looks like nothing on underneath, but clearly his boxers on.
Uh-huh.
And he reaches into the apron behind it to pull out his sausage, and he pulls out an actual sausage, and then proceeds to teach you how to cook sausage gravy.
Yeah.
And that was the video.
Yeah.
And then the second video was him beating his meat, where he's standing there in the apron again, and he reaches into the apron and pulls out a ribeye steak and puts it on the counter and a meat tenderizer and proceeds to beat his meat. Yeah, so obviously he's doing it as jokes, but he's charging like $20 for the videos, so people are buying them. Yeah, which is like, this is why I don't like the label that anyone on OnlyFans is a whore. Do you know how many people are on OnlyFans that don't do anything? Yeah. Like every single one of these cosplay girls is doing that same shtick that Denims is doing. Denims isn't even doing anything original or funny. She's just literally doing a cash grab. It's what all the cosplay fucking influencers do. Those cosplay girls on Instagram and on Twitter who constantly posting their cosplay, and then they link to an OnlyFans to get y'all excited, and you go there and you're literally paying for the same pictures you just saw. They don't take it off. So I'm not sure what part of that makes them a whore, but it's a quick own that people use online to call someone a whore just because they have an OnlyFans.
It's something people say when they're upset.
Yeah, it's a quick dunk.
That you're not ashamed.
It's a quick dunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, it's like I'd even give Denim more props if she did like the Bella Thorne thing and got original with it. That was the girl who originally sold her bathwater, because she got everyone all. She was an influencer on TikTok or some shit, and she got everyone all excited because she was like, if this reaches this many likes or whatever, I'll open an OnlyFans. And she kept baiting it for a while until she basically used the creation of an OnlyFans to bait herself into popularity until she had millions of followers and shit. If I reach this number, I'll do it. And every time she kept pushing the goalpost back, and then finally she did it. And her first one is the first one she did, like she did a number of them. The first one that she did was I'll fuck PewDiePie on Pornhub, which everybody got excited for. So then she did it. She made the video, and she printed out a picture of PewDiePie's face and taped it to a body pillow and went to town, fully clothed, on that body pillow. And then she baited into the OnlyFans by saying that she had special stuff that she would allow people a chance inside her, that they'd get to feel how wet she was if they subscribed to her OnlyFans. So then everybody rushed to subscribe to her OnlyFans, waiting for that first post, and that first post was her selling a jar of her bathwater. You can feel how wet she is. Technically, the parts of this have been inside me. It's regular water. This isn't her bathwater. Yeah. So she was top level trolling people for money.
Yeah.
And then she made her millions and noped out. She wasn't after fame. She made her millions and got the fuck off the internet.
There you go.
But Denims is just doing it the lazy way of, here, I'll take all the pictures from Instagram, post them up on OnlyFans, call it a fucking day. So that's what she did. Did I bookmark stuff? I think I bookmarked stuff. Have you ever seen two So this is funny. I had to post this one just because it's funny. Road rage between two Indian men in broken English.
I have seen similar
Fucking
things.
bitch, you fucking, you bloody, bastard bitch, you bloody, fuck you, bloody, fucking mother, bloody, fuck bitch, you bloody, fuck you fucking bloody bastard, benchwood, bloody, you bloody,
Why?
bloody no,
Why?
bloody fucking,
Accident, then what you wanna
why
do?
you fuck me, I fuck
How can they even follow their own conversation? Why
They
you
seem to be. I mean,
why you fuck me? I fuck you, bloody.
bloody.
I think that they're trying to pronounce the word buddy.
are
I
they?
fuck you, buddy.
buddy.
They're saying
Fuck you,
bloody.
buddy.
Oh my god.
No, I thought it was like, you know,
Certified hood classic.
because India was, you know, one of the places that was colonized by the British.
Yeah, but
so
they're trying-
sometimes they do say like British slang.
Yeah, but they're
and
trying.
shit.
Yeah, but this is in America.
It doesn't matter.
They're trying
if
to
they
fit
came
in with
from
us.
India,
no,
they
listen to
still-
the rest of it, and then you'll.
Bloody
that's-
bastard, fucking running like lady, eh?
They seem to be using it interchangeably.
Bloody. What the fuck, man?
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking,
No, he said
Fucking-
don't shout at me, innit? Why you shouting at me?
Because I am going to the work. If you don't do, you do the other places.
Why you shouting?
How are they
Because
following
of
each
this, you are
other?
doing. I don't know. You are doing like this. I think you are going to accident.
No, shouting at
We're
me.
going
no
to
more,
accident.
Me no shout at you.
But the thing is that, what you think if you do like this one, you are going at work and somebody else
But
do
that
like
one,
this.
if you running like that one, you gonna fucking fall, innit?
But
Hurting yourself.
But yeah, because of this, I saved myself.
That one very icy road, man. Okay, have a nice day.
Why they end it with "Have a nice day"?
Okay, have a nice day.
Like that's
I think he was trying to do the passive aggressive thing.
Was it?
That, again, I
But
think
it
this
didn't
takes
come
place in
out
the
right.
South because I think he's doing the passive aggressive thing that I often do online and I often do with people that everyone understands. With the, all right, buddy, have a good one.
yeah.
Have a good one.
Yeah.
The dismissive, yeah, fuck.
Yeah. It didn't sound like that, but
Like I
yeah.
said, Destiny is fine in clips, so I occasionally save his clips because I've used this one to post for those people who were defending the price of this stuff. Because Destiny kind of went on a rant and said all the stuff I was thinking, and I was like, "See, I like you when you do stuff like this, but I don't want to watch your stuff on stream because you share revenge porn. Because you're a fucking freak gooner. You're a fucking freak gooner who tries to sleep with girls and their boyfriends and can't help but like, God, if it weren't for the gooner element. But yes, he said all the shit I was thinking, and it was related to that fucking thing. That those same people defending the increase in price in video games and defending shitty monetization practices like the one in Warframes will be the
Yeah.
same ones to complain about capitalism.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
this was his
Definitely.
response.
Much bigger screen. Listen, I'm so grumpy because I'm sick, okay? I'm not trying to be a capitalist shill, but we might for 6 months because holy the anti-cap takes are so annoying. Do people unironically watch commercials like this on purpose? My brother in Christ, young millennials, Gen Zers, and Gen Alpha, you guys are literally the most materialistic, like filter all your pictures, like are incapable of existing in nature generations that have ever walked the fucking face of the earth. The materialistic and the consumeristic is all working because you retards slop it up like crazy. If you don't like it, go outside and climb on a fucking tree or do something different, okay? You guys literally slop up like this like crazy, and then you come online with your $1,700 iPhones on your, you know, premium apps. You're like, do people actually buy this thing? DoorDash $70 meal, go out with my friends and, you know, pay $200 for whatever, get $100 in drinks,
Yeah.
$200 meal, blah, blah, blah. Like, Jesus Christ. If you don't like it, then don't buy it. My God. Chill. Holy
So I'm trying to get stop using the inflation excuse. You're the reason inflation keeps getting worse. Stop buying shit you don't need. Just don't buy it.
Just don't buy
Companies can't sell things if people don't buy them. They can raise the price all they want. If no one's buying it, they would lower the price. You have a direct control over inflation to a certain degree. There's some stuff like federal interest rates and things like that that you can't control. Fine. But for things that aren't necessities, like your house, your electricity, like those are things you can't control. You can't control rent. Rent increases, yeah, that's inflation. The power bill being increased, well, you have to have electricity. Okay, can't help that one. Can't help the water bill. You need food, so the grocery bill you only have so much control over too. But everything else, that's you, buddy. Inflation literally doesn't apply to video games. Just stop buying them.
Yep.
You don't have to have the video games. You have to have a roof over your head. You can complain about inflation there. That's you getting fucked by inflation. Gas prices is you getting fucked by inflation. Milk, eggs, that's you getting fucked by inflation. Mario Kart? You're not getting fucked by inflation. You're justifying it now.
Yep, you're just buying it.
You're just playing into it now. Stop it. And you assholes complaining about it are the reason it's happening. It's always that generation that complains about it. And you understand, like, you are the generation that is slopping it up. You are their target audience. You are the people that they're trying to feed this shit to because you're the ones they know will buy it. And not just buy it, but then you will go online and defend it.
Yep.
You will buy it from them at a higher rate and act as free PR for their company. Holy shit.
I can't tell
It drives me insane.
how many times I've been to gymnastics and I've whipped out the Switch and one of the moms have gone, "Oh, are you getting the new one? My husband already ordered it." And I'm like, no. No. But I feel like most
I'll
of them
get one
have money to
eventually.
burn.
Right now, they have one game on the Switch. And it's the one game everybody shows. I even posted a meme about that, which I think I saved on here. I even posted a meme about that I saw that I thought was hilarious. And I was like, yeah, you're basically paying $500 fucking dollars for Mario Kart. Why the fuck would I do that? My patience will be rewarded. If I wait long enough, it'll have more games and probably a price drop. And if everybody did what I did, then they'd lower the price of the games from 80 back down to 70 because they'd see people weren't buying them. Mm-hmm. They'd probably lower the price of the console too. If you need proof that that happens, that's exactly what happened with the 3DS. They launched it at an insane price and tried to raise the price of games. People didn't buy it, and within a couple months, they lowered it, apologized, and rewarded those who did buy it at the insane price by giving them free games. Literally everybody won from that. I don't understand. I don't understand how you've got the proof there. Oh, yeah, and then I post this anytime they start to defend it.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
What do you mean?
Check it out. Dustin Hoffman, Rain Man, look retarded, act retarded, not retarded. Cat toothpicks, cheated cards, autistic, sure, not retarded.
Iron Man in blackface was the best thing to happen in
It
movies.
was.
Fucking ever.
Yes.
Holy shit. Switch 2 has entered Xbox One, PS4 territory where nothing is a console exclusive anymore aside from first-party games. And then they had the most stupid argument I've ever heard. Why would you say this as a Nintendo fan? Why would you say this? Because they were literally trying to debunk the meme I posted. It's a meme.
It's a meme.
By pointing at shit from 5 years ago, I'm like, that's great, but I didn't post this shit 5 years ago. I posted it today.
Yeah.
What's the situation today? Does it apply to the way things are right now? Yeah, well, in a year or two, that won't be the case. Cool. I'm not
talking about that.
I don't have a Stargate in my bedroom. I can't post this in the future. I'm posting it today.
You got a Stargate in your closet.
What the fuck, man? $80 game. I don't have anything available of Mario and Zelda shit for like. Well, the argument they tried to make. Let me see if I can find the meme. Another Billy Mitchell one.
I'm going to tell you why most men will never approach women.
So we got another. He dug up another video on him that I'm gonna do a reaction to.
Another.
Oh yeah, them posting this was driving me insane too. Yeah, it's gonna flop. Lower the prices. Shake my head as people line up. I'm like, it was always gonna sell out on day one.
Yeah.
For two reasons. One, there's a lot of hardcore. Well, for three reasons. One, hardcore fans. Two, scalpers use bots. Even if no fans bought it, it would still sell out. And three, Nintendo's false scarcity because they don't produce enough units. They want it to sell out, and they design their launches to do so because they get the free headlines and PR from it. They purposefully underproduce so that people have to wait to buy it unless you get in there early, and scalpers take advantage of it. If you really want to know if it's flopping or not, go to Craigslist and look at the scalpers trying to resell the ones that they bought. I've been checking up on it, and I don't think people are buying them, which is proof that it's flopping. People were rushing to buy a PS5 from a scalper at $1,200, $1,500, even $1,800. I saw the same post change price on Craigslist 3 times since the launch of the Switch. On day one, that scalper was trying to sell that shit for $800. No one bought it. A few days later, It was down to 700. A few days later, it was down to 6. If he keeps going, if he goes down another 100, he's at retail price. He's made no money, which meant no one was buying this thing. No one's rushing to get their hands on it. So, Carl Jones is a penis wrinkle. I'm stealing
Yes,
that one.
wrinkle.
I'm stealing that one. Okay, maybe it's in my notifications because I don't think I bookmarked it. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So there's the meme. One game. Don't know why. I gotta switch to with no games to buy. Why are you trying to debunk this meme? It's funny and accurate. I was like, that's a banger. And this dude is trying to debunk it. He's like, this meme doesn't hit unless it's PS5. I was like, the fuck are you on about? PS5's got multitudes of games. Even if it only has 2, it still makes the meme irrelevant. And then they start trying to debunk it. Astrobot is the only exclusive. The rest are on PC. Stop. As a Nintendo fan, if there are any Nintendo fans watching me, stop with the argument that it's not a console exclusive if it's on PC. You are the worst console to make this argument. By that logic, literally every game in Nintendo's catalog, from NES to Switch 1, is on PC through emulation. You are the only manufacturer in the world who has current-gen consoles emulated within that generation. Stop it. I can play everything you guys have on PC better than I can play it on the home console for free. That is the worst argument you morons can make. But when we're looking at console exclusives, the PC market has always and will always be excluded. It is a separate thing. PC has always been treated as a separate thing. No one's comparing this to PC. The cope is real, y'all. The cope is real. Nintendo fans got scammed. Yeah, people love posting the comparison videos and comparing Mario Kart 8 to Mario Kart World. Why does 8 look better?
I was gonna say, 8 looks better to me.
It does look better. Let's see the cope in the comments. We got scammed because Mario Kart World looks 5 times better than Mario Kart 8.
Apparently not.
Are we looking at the same video, Chief?
Nope, I guess not.
Oh, your name is Nintengod. You're another simp account that literally just spam posts Nintendo stuff for profit because you have a blue check mark. Let's check out your engagement. How much are you making dick sucking Nintendo for profit? What's your engagement like? Okay, here's your pinned post. This is probably your best engaged post. Okay, it's got a few million. What about the rest of your posts though? 5,000. Okay, so you get a couple thousand. So you're probably making maybe enough money to break even on that blue checkmark subscription once a month, because you aren't consistently pulling those million numbers. You occasionally get one that goes a little bit higher, but yes, it's just a Nintendo Shield account. You don't work for Nintendo. This is literally free labor for them. Literally free labor.
Why?
People make accounts that exist clearly to dick ride a corporation. That corporation gets to laugh all the way to the bank because they don't have to pay a PR person now. You took some poor intern's job so you could make $6 on Twitter. You piece of shit. Stop it.
How dare you?
Fucking stop it.
Oh.
I hate the world we live in right now. If you bought the Switch, you got scammed because the OLED version is coming out soon. I mean, I'll agree with that. People should have waited. It is not worth buying at launch. It's a great game if you actually play it. Nothing
It's
about this
Mario
post
Kart.
is about the gameplay. They're literally not moving. No game is being played right now. We're just looking at the graphics. Agree with them without agreeing with him, Chief. Why would you buy a Switch 2? I don't know, man. I'm driving around, doing races, winning cups, using items. None of this has to do with the gameplay. Doing mini games, running the open world.
Once again,
But yeah, sure, the Moo Moo Meadows sign and complain about scams.
what?
He's saying just take a video of the sign and complain about scams because I don't think the sign was supposed to be the focus here. I think it's the overall graphics.
Yeah.
This looks way better. Look, you even get
It
lens
does.
flares
I was
off the
gonna
fucking
say, you got
sun.
lens flare and shit. It looks
Like, you get-
nicer. That just looks like
Isn't this console supposed to have ray tracing? Where the fuck is it?
looks like a.
What the fuck?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Basically, they're saying you got scammed because the videos they showed you, the point behind this, that they're all conveniently missing, either because they're retarded or they're shills, is that
Little
it
bit of
didn't
column
look
A,
like
little bit of
this
column
in the trailers. You were sold on the idea of how awesome this would look. There were lens flares in the trailers. They sold you on the idea of ray tracing and all this stuff the system is capable of. That's all they did was brag about all the stuff the system can do. And then you get it home and open it up and it looks like this. That's why it's called a scam. Okay, it's like looking at the fucking picture of a Big Mac on the menu at McDonald's, and it is big and fluffy and juicy, and then you get it in the box, and that shit is squished to fuck.
Yeah,
you didn't get what you paid for. That's
dude
the
behind
point.
there put his whole weight on it.
They're purposefully missing it. What's the difference? You're blind.
Really? What's the difference?
We got someone who doesn't even like actively game. This is a normie Tate going, yeah, I can see the difference. If a normal person who doesn't understand
And I
graphics,
have bad
who doesn't
eyesight.
understand graphics, and I said ray tracing, she doesn't even know what that means.
Hey, I do understand graphics a
What-
bit,
what
a
is-
little bit.
What is ray tracing?
I don't know,
Exactly.
but a little bit. I said a little bit.
I'm throwing out technical terms that she don't understand, and even she can point at it and go, that don't look good.
I mean, yeah, I can.
I'm pointing
I got
out
a
why
good
it doesn't
eye.
look good. But
As far as that goes, I can
they
tell
had
what
better
looks
shadows
better.
back then. Shadows, lighting,
They
everything
had
was
better
better.
shadows
Textures,
back then.
all of it. I emulate. They will never get me again. Okay, there's some people with some sense in here. The Switch dick riders are in pure cope mode. Yes, they are, friend. Looks like Fortnite on low graphic settings.
Yep.
The iPhone of video games. All right, good. It's not good. There's some sane people here. There's a lot more sanity here than I thought. No, don't. Why'd you do that? All right, I'll bite. At Grok, is the major difference in video game graphics quality between Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart World true or false? True. Mario Kart World has major graphical improvements. Grok, you didn't watch the video. You didn't watch the video. The most fun you can have with Grok is just going under a post of anyone's picture and going, at Grok, make him fat and bald. And enjoy the results.
Or give him a mullet.
Give him a mullet. He won't do Hitler mustaches. I learned that
And
today.
apparently he's racist.
Oh, yeah, and he won't do it to white women.
Yeah.
Anytime I told him to make a black girl or Hispanic girl fat and bald, he was more than happy to oblige. But when I go under a white woman's post, I'm like, make her fat and bald. He's like, I'm sorry, I can't fulfill that request. Fucking why, Grok? Why? Why, Grok? Hey, Grok. Grok. No, don't block me, Grok. Why? Funny, Grok went silent. What happened, Grok?
Mrs. White
Don't worry about us. What do you mean don't worry about you? Hold on. Let's go back. What do you mean don't worry about you? Can we see the textures on that foliage? Blah! What do you mean don't worry about you? What are those? I feel like I'm having that moment. What do you mean? Hold on. Let's see the... All right, let's go up here. Ooh, why are we rough around the edges here, boys? Does
It looks
anti-aliasing
like
not...
an older game.
Does anti-aliasing not work on this Mario Kart? Is this Mario Kart 7? Is this the 3DS version? What's up with all these jaggies? What's up with all these jaggies? Are we running in 480p now? Stop posting these like you're winning. This isn't having the effect you think it is. Okay. Okay, what? This blurry ass video supposed to prove something? Not only are you wrong, you're also stupid. Nope, still debatable. I get this is a better representation. Better screenshot. But also, was this done during a race with a bunch of other characters? Or is this when you're in open world mode and it's literally an empty world? Because when you go into open world mode and you drive around, there's no other racers, there's no animals, there's no nothing. It's just empty. It's dead.
Aren't there supposed to be other racers?
There should, but the more stuff they have on screen, the lower they have to lower the graphics to accommodate for that, or the system can't handle it. It's a little trick that developers play. That's the point being made here, is that it's not there. Oh, okay, you made it into a jump scare. Good for you. I'm glad I don't watch videos with sound now. I have to reply to this one, because he's posting a screenshot of all these different Mario Kart games to show the graphical improvement. So I gotta leave a reply now. They're the same picture.
It's the same picture.
You. Fuck you guys. Rage bait. Yeah. That is the level of excitement you should have for this, yes. Yes. No one cares. Out of stock. Oh, you mean they sold all 10 of the ones Nintendo sent them because they don't send enough? Yeah, but keep posting it like it's an own.
Yeah, I just don't
Why do you understand scarcity when it comes to anything but your precious fucking console?
I just don't
If you went to the
understand
grocery
this.
store and they were sold out of eggs, you wouldn't go, oh man, eggs is killing it. You would go, why the fuck don't you guys have more eggs? Why didn't you stock enough eggs? People need eggs. What are you doing? You wouldn't go, man,
Those chickens
Man.
are really just.
the eggs is in high demand. No, you would understand that the grocery store didn't have enough eggs to meet demand. The chickens didn't need to lay more eggs. The grocery store needed to stock more eggs. It's not the chicken's fault. Like, what are you doing right now? Why do you understand how economics works until it comes to your video games, the most expensive hobby you have, and suddenly you become a goddamn retard who hasn't taken economics class since 3rd grade? What the fuck happened to you? Like, why is this what, like, none of your logic ever applies to anything else in your life. It's insane to me. It's fucking insane to me. That you fucking retards
Yeah,
forget everything you learned from grade school because Nintendo.
there's nothing I like enough where I'm just like defending it no matter what.
The eggs example is on point. It's literally a 1-for-1 comparison. Like, you, like, literally just replace eggs with anything else. Milk. Fucking bath towels. Like, it's just literally any other product on the shelf. If you walk in and you see an empty shelf of a product, you don't think that product must be a banger. Where can I pre-order this towel? You go, why the fuck don't you have enough towels? Why didn't you stock more towels? You didn't foresee the demand of towels? We say this every time there's a natural disaster. Why the fuck don't you have more toilet paper? You knew there was a hurricane coming. Why didn't you stock more toilet paper? So why are we looking at Nintendo going, you knew there was a big demand for your console. That's why you took pre-orders. Why didn't you stock enough units to fill the pre-orders? They were canceling pre-orders because there weren't enough units. Why aren't you producing enough units to meet the demand? There's a fucking hurricane coming, Nintendo. People need their toilet paper. Why
And
the
their
fuck
bread and
aren't
their
you...
milk.
We give more grace to Nintendo than we do a natural goddamn disaster. Make it make sense. Holy shit. Okay, all right. I'm done with my video game.
Why do people buy bread and milk?
I don't know why. I can't wrap my head around it. I can't wrap my head around it.
Eggs.
I'm the smart guy during every natural disaster because during a natural disaster, I'm the guy going to the store and buying the things that aren't sold out that should be, like non-perishable foods.
Yeah.
Because that storm may render my refrigerator, the thing needed to keep my eggs and milk safe, inoperable.
Yes.
Meaning they'll last me all of a day. I may need to feed my family for weeks here, guys. I'm buying canned foods. I'm building a fucking shelter over here. Okay?
Every time without fail, if there's a hurricane coming, they all just run to the store and
Yeah,
buy
milk, eggs, and bread. The three things with the
I'm just
shortest
like,
shelf life.
no.
Yes. The three items with the shortest shelf
You know
life.
the power's gonna go out. Why are you doing this?
Yeah, the three items with the shortest shelf life you need to try to keep alive in a house with no electricity. Good job.
I mean,
Good
my
job.
parents always did the thing where you fill up Ziploc bags with water and
7
you freeze
Days
them.
to Die stream when Arthur Pepper. So eggs don't need to be refrigerated in most cases, but they don't last as long if they're not. That's why they're refrigerated.
Yeah.
That's the point, is these are the items with the shortest shelf life when not refrigerated. Milk doesn't need to be refrigerated either. You can drink warm milk, but it's going to last all of a day outside of the refrigerator.
There's a reason
Eggs are going to go rotten way faster outside of the refrigerator. Bread will also go moldy and stale Like, these are the three things that like last you the shortest amount of time, and you have no idea the extent of the damage that hurricane is going to do, the extent of the time you may be living in a home or rubble with no electricity. Like, you guys may need to be living out of your fucking car if you need to go on the run. Why the fuck are you buying shit that's going to last you a day or two when you may be out there for weeks? You might be doing this shit Walking Dead style and just living like a nomad as you try to find civilization. Like, the fuck are you doing? Are you retarded?
Like, this is why back in ye olden days, people died of stomach ailments so much because they didn't refrigerate their foods. Like, you can't buy
Or heart
this
attacks
shit.
because the only way to keep your food from going bad was to just soak it in salt.
Yes. Yeah.
It drives me wild, man.
No.
It drives me fucking wild, man.
Snowstorm, they did the same thing. I'm like, why?
The Nintendo fans become like retards in a hurricane the minute a new
Yep.
console launches. Nintendo.
Running by that milk. Oh, God.
Jesus fucking Christ, y'all. I need a good skin for
Get a
Robin.
chicken, you get a lover and a food all in one.
This looks like good
I
Robin.
think you can only eat it once.
You can only eat it once.
And
Although
then your
I'm
lover
trying-
and your food is gone.
Although I'm trying to come up with a system to harvest the meat from a chicken without destroying the animal.
I don't think that's possible, Dwight.
You have to take the meat in small doses, but then the chicken will heal and you'll be ready to harvest again.
Is it a vampire chicken? How's it healing? Like, it's
I'm
not.
sorry.
It's not growing it back.
I'm sorry. When you get a cut, does your skin not grow back and heal up?
It does, but if you cut off someone's arm, that ain't gonna grow back.
Obviously, I'm not going to cut off a whole limb. I told you I was trying to find a way to do it so that it would grow back. We're still in the development phase here.
No, see, this is how the zombie apocalypse starts.
Okay?
You and
We're
chickens.
still in the development phase here.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
I don't understand what part of this you're not getting.
If you start buying chickens, I'm out. I'm not doing this. You and your zombie chicken plan.
It's not zombie chicken meat. It's just fresh meat that grows back.
Well,
There's a
fine.
certain number of layers.
Vampiric
There's a
chicken.
certain number of layers you can cut off that will safely regenerate. Obviously, we're not cutting.
None layers regenerate.
Yes, you can even regenerate muscle. That's a real thing. It takes time. The deeper we cut into the chicken to get that meat, the longer it's going to take for him to regrow it back. But he will. The point is, we can harvest the meat from the animal without killing the animal. Okay, and PETA will like that. Animal rights.
Somehow this sounds more inhumane.
In fact, if I find a way to do it, we may actually just end all veganism because their whole thing is they don't want to kill animals for food. Well, now you don't have to. You can enjoy meat from a cow without killing the cow. We may convert some vegans here, boys. We're doing
You
the
don't
Lord's
eat
work.
the chicken, you eat the eggs. You'll get tired of eggs, and then that chicken will start looking
No,
real
the
good.
vegans won't eat eggs because baby chickens.
Because baby chickens.
Because baby chickens. Because you're eating a baby chicken. You're eating a fetus, which could have been a chicken. It's probably not going to be a chicken. Most of the eggs you buy at the grocery store are unfertilized eggs. But still, baby chickens. They show about as much nuance to understanding what a baby is as the people who scream about. Don't even. We're not getting into the
yeah.
abortion argument, but it's the same thing. It's the
Yeah,
same
same
thing.
thing. Yeah.
You understand that thing they killed is not a person yet, right? Okay.
Never heard of a vegan being against breastfeeding their child, though. Nope. It's, like I said, I have a friend who, she's vegetarian since we were like 10 because of allergies to shit, but other than that, I don't really see a reason for
Ooh,
this.
these look like feathers. That'll be a good Robin look. It doesn't look like feathers on the car, though. It's just lines. But
There's just lines.
is Robin yellow and red or green and red? I feel like it's yellow.
Yellow, I thought.
Yeah, I think it's yellow. I don't feel like going back to look at the character. Let's make this yellow. Going for like a theme here.
No. Who's green and red? Is someone green and red?
Christmas.
Christmas.
Christmas is green
I
and
was gonna
red.
say besides Christmas.
Christmas is green and red.
Christmas isn't a person.
Oh, let's go back and look at Robin. Yeah, he's yellow.
See, he's got green though.
He's got
too.
some green, but his classic costume doesn't
Yeah.
have the green armor and shit they tacked onto it. So he's mostly yellow and red. Okay, I was right. What kind of truck would
No,
he drive?
Fortnite Robin's looking kind of good. I'm just saying.
He's 16.
I know. Just saying.
Fucking pedophile.
You really?
That's what the internet will do. The minute that you compliment on how good an underage fictional character looks, be like, hey, he looks pretty good. He's 16. He's whatever
No.
the artist wants him to be because it's fictional.
So, it was around the time Twilight was out, and it was weird.
Because look, the argument is it can't be both, because when it's a young looking girl that's drawn in comics, and people try to justify it by going, actually, she's the 600-year-old demon. Actually, people go, the age doesn't matter. But then you draw Robin to look like an adult, and you go, yeah, he looks good. He's 16. So which is it? Does the age matter? Are we going by the age of the character that they made the fuck up, or are we going by the way they look? Because he looks like an adult. That 600-year-old demon looks like a child. You told me it was bad that I looked at a 600-year-old demon and thought sexy because it looks like a child. But now I'm telling you the thing that looks like a man is sexy, and you're telling me no, child because 16. So are we going by the made-up fucking bullshit age on this fictional character, or are we going by what it looks like and represents in the real world? We're going by what it looks like and represents in the real world. He doesn't look like a 16-year-old. That's the point. No. Jesus fucking Christ.
There aren't many 16. I don't see any 16-year-olds in my daily life where I'm like, yeah, that looks like a man. No, you look like a 16-year-old.
Not many, but you're saying there are some.
I'm not saying that there might not be somewhere.
See, this is how you fall into traps in these conversations. This is how they get you. This is how they get you.
Look,
so you're saying there are some.
I have seen some girls where I'm like, she's 16. Why is your mom letting you dress like that? Like, that's where my mind goes. But you remember that girl that I was babysitting? The girl I was babysitting, where the mom had me picking her up. And you were like, how old is that girl? And I'm like, she was in Claire's class or Isabel's class. She was in one of their
That girl
classes.
looked like she could have been 15 or 16. And I'm like, why the fuck is my 7-year-old hanging out with a teenager?
And her
you're
mom
like,
dressed her that way.
Yeah, and dressed her. She's crazy tall. So she's like a good, almost like 5 foot something. She's over 5 feet tall. And she is 7 years old. Same age as my children. And she looks like she could be 14. And I was like, why is my kid hanging out with a 14-year-old? And she is dressed
And I was like
a 14-year-old. And I was like, what is this parent doing?
I took them
Holy
to
shit.
the museum, and I caught this grown-ass man looking at her.
Yeah.
And
I'm like,
God
what? This is
damn.
what you're doing to your child. She's gonna end up getting groomed by a teenager because she looks like she's the same age as the teenager. There's gonna be some 15, 16-year-old boy who's like, come on, let me do stuff. And she's not gonna know
Let
what
me
they're
do something
asking
for you.
because, again, she's 7.
She's 7, yeah.
Why are you putting your kid
Like-
in that situation?
So, I'm
Are
trying
you
to remember.
fucking kidding me?
Whose grade was she in? Was she in Izzy's or Claire's?
I think she's in Claire's.
I think she was in Isabel.
Also, we don't use real names.
Oh, sorry.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I was thinking.
All right, so we got some options here. And now that you're here, we can go through them.
Yeah, let's watch that. That looks like it's gonna be funny.
Okay. I'll self-help. It's radicalizing young men.
Sorry.
All right, here we go, boys. Let's lock into some content and play
I
some
might
Fortnite.
need to plug my headphones up because I think they
We're
turned
supposed to
off.
plug them up when we're not streaming. So
forgot.
that they be charged when we are.
Maybe they just went off because nothing was happening.